Hi guys and dolls, how are you? Okay, so today we're going to talk about it just wears me out, can you tell? We're going to talk about women who justify giving it up to men because they use the excuse that you have to understand men are they have needs. That's the nature of a man to have sex. It's the nature of a man to get it or else he's going to lose his life. You have to understand it's your responsibility. If he took you to a movie, you need to spread later. Make sure you shave your legs on it, before the date so that you can spread them later on. It's freaking stupid. Some men have self-control, regardless of being a man. He has self-control. He's had plenty of sex in his life. He wants something that's more meaningful. If he's mature, a mature man, not a juvenile. Okay, young cats, we understand that y'all don't have self-control. A teenager, we understand that you don't have self-control. He's not supposed to have self-control. He's a kid. Okay, his hormones are raging like crazy, and he can't help it. And but when you reach a certain age, you're supposed to reel that shit in. You're not supposed to just try to tag everybody, because you have to understand I have needs. Now, women on a dating site are very, very, very promiscuous, and they're giving it up on the first date. A lot of them are giving it up on the first date. You know how I know? Because I've had guys that were just my friends on a dating site tell me that. He wasn't manipulating me out of my clothes. He wasn't lying to me. He wasn't pretending he had feelings for me. We were strictly buds on a dating site. I never thought it would happen, but it did. Okay? Nevertheless, it did. So they told me point blank. And I remember telling you guys that I told a guy friend, they don't want to date you no more. They don't want to court or nothing. And he said, because he's been on the receiving end of fast women, a man doesn't feel like he needs to court you when he can get it for a Jolly Rancher. Exactly. This is coming from a man. If you want to know how a man thinks, listen to what they're saying and absorb that in your head. There's no incentive for him to be serious with you when you're just ready to give up sex. You're giving him the impression that I'll give you whatever you want, and hey, I might as well give you sex. You took me to a movie. I asked for extra butter on my popcorn, so I know I owe you something. Where the hell is your self-esteem, and where is your ability to be a lady? Because if you remember back in the day, all right, first of all, let me say this. I interrupt myself, right? I always felt like I was born in the wrong era. I'm just keeping it real. I felt this way my whole life, as long as I can remember. Because I feel out of place. I can relate to the days where you didn't have sex until you were married. He asked your father for your hand in marriage. I'm stuck in those days. I know, right? I look good for being as old as I am. I was born in the 1800s. Quit laughing, it's not funny. I always felt that way, that I was born in the wrong era. So we went from, like I said before, you shouldn't be having sex until you're married. And then if you got pregnant and you weren't married, they would send you to a mother's home for women that are unwed, because that's taboo. It was taboo for women to ask for birth control, and they weren't married. So we went from that extreme and we swung all the way to the other end, where women think that because society doesn't frown on it, women think it's okay to pop kids out when you're not married. They're proud to do that. So we went from one extreme to the other extreme. Okay? And I'm not saying things don't happen. Sometimes you did use birth control and it failed because you just fertile myrtle, and but you were responsible and you did use birth control. It didn't work. But I'm not talking about those situations. I'm talking about women that are just doing it, and if they get pregnant, oh well. And then when you're connected to a terrible person, which you didn't know they were terrible because y'all haven't kept your clothes on long enough to know if he's even a good person or parent material. Y'all didn't stay dressed long enough to find out. Now you're pregnant and you're stuck with a bad person. manipulator, sociopath, psychopath, narcissist, or whatever. You don't know. It's the roll of the dice. And not everybody deserves to be a parent. You should be qualified to be a parent. You shouldn't be being a parent just because you have the ability to have sex. It's ridiculous. But I mean, women are there's a lot of promiscuity. There's a lot. I even read somewhere where a man he's going to die if he doesn't get laid. He took her out on a date. And at the end of the date, she's trying to take her clothes off. He's like, whoa, what are you doing? She's like, well, aren't we going to do something? He's like, no, I'm not ready for any of that. And this is coming from a man who cannot help himself. He has got to have it. Believe it or not, some men don't want to do it right away. Not very many. Because most of them let their control their up here. The little head controls the big head. But for men who have self-control, they're like, whoa, I'm not trying to do all that. I don't even know you. Yes, it's a small handful of people that do that. Maybe it's more. I don't know. I'd like to think there's more, but I know better. Women are very, 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 very easy. If you are an easy person, or you want to thank him by taking your clothes off because he took you to a movie or he took you out to eat, that's your thing. Don't try to justify it by saying men have needs. You can't play with a grown man. Men have needs. Bullshit, and tons of bullshit. I know of men who waited till they got married. So I'm not trying to hear that. And he's no less of a man than anybody else. He just has self-control. And if a man has no self-control, that's a character flaw. That's not a testosterone thing. That's a character flaw. These are the same guys who will roofie your drink because men have needs. And you don't want to give it up to me willingly, so I'm going to have to roofie your drink. I will get it. These are the same men who are justified in getting it because he's a man. You wore that cute little dress when we went out, and you go sit up here looking all cute and don't want to give me none. You're a tease. That's all you are. You're a damn tease. No, you are a predator, sir. I want women to own the fact that they can't resist sex. That if you ask them out, they're going to give it to you. That's a woman thing. That has nothing to do with the man. Because a man may hurt your feelings and say, baby, you sexy and everything, but I'm not trying to do that right away. That's not what I'm out for. I'm actually out for a relationship. I've had plenty of sex in my day. I want something that's going to last. Some men are like that. Regardless of being men that can't go without sex, there are some men that have self-control. If you don't have self-control, that's a character flaw. I don't give a shit about testosterone. If you can't wait, that's a character flaw. That means you shouldn't have a driver's license because you're going to shoot through the red lights. I'm not waiting on red lights. Everybody else can wait on a red light. I'm not doing it. Don't y'all know who I am? You shouldn't have a driver's license because you're irresponsible and you're going to fly through the red light because you feel justified in doing so. You don't need to be around alcohol because you're going to drink as much as you want to and get drunk and drive because I'm a man. Men like alcohol. You don't understand. And then when they get in a car and they kill somebody, a woman with her child in a car, I want you to tell the judge, Your Honor, you have to understand, men like alcohol. Oh, well, in that case dismissed. You see how stupid that sounds? Asinine? It's stupid and ridiculous. You will get hurt the fastest when you keep giving it up like that, especially when you give it up routinely and you give it up to losers, people that want to manipulate you through your vagina. You make it easy for them. Okay, here you go. Let's get it on. It's just ridiculous. Don't blame it on the men. Some men are, celibate until they get married. I know a guy personally who does not believe in sex before marriage. Before marriage. He doesn't believe in that. And he's a brother. And brothers act like they really lost their mind when it comes to sex. Okay? They are very, ooh, girl, damn. they don't have no problem acting like that, okay? Which is why I did not date them. I dated mostly white guys. All right. There was a Hispanic guy that I thought was cute. He was a physical trainer. He was a trainer, but he had a problem with alcohol. So needless to say, we're not doing any of that. And that's very, very contradictory. Like, you're a trainer, so you're concerned about what goes in your body. You want to stay healthy and all this other, but then you turn around and slam your body with alcohol, which is detrimental to the well-being of your body. And it can contribute to cirrhosis of the liver. So it was very contradictory, but we didn't go out because of that. I would have loved to go out with him, but nah. Once I found out he too much, nah, I'm done. Thanks anyway. He's the one who offered me, we talked online a lot and we talked on the phone. I don't really like talking on the texting constantly. I don't like that. Because you can't get to know a person at all through texting only. You just can't. And, he offered to show me a picture of his wang, and I said, I don't need that. And he was drunk off his tail. I have a feeling he was drunk. He never approached me like that before. You sure you don't want me to send you a picture? Nope, I'm good. I'm good. Thanks anyway. Some of us are ladies, and we don't want that. We just don't. Because you could get that from anybody. That doesn't mean the quality is good. You're just getting quantity. You're not getting quality. You're just getting quantity. Okay? I don't want to hear what a man has to have. I ain't trying to hear that bullshit. If you are promiscuous, or you love sex, or you're weak for sex, that's your kryptonite, well, then you own that. But don't try to justify it by saying, you have to understand men have needs. Men ain't trying to play with you. They're grown. They trying to, men have needs. They have to have sex. No, bullshit. You have to have sex. That's what the fuck that is. Don't even sit here and blame it on all men. But like I said, the one guy that I know that's a brother, I might know more than one, but only one comes off the top of my mind. He's a very nice guy, just a total sweetheart. He's a godly man. He's not a pastor, but he's really into God, and he's not saying it to get draws, because some men do that too. We're so holy, and God wants us to connect in this way. Why would he invent sex if you're not supposed to? Just asinine, whatever, not excuses. But he's not like that. God is in his heart, not just in his mouth, is in his heart. So he doesn't believe in doing any of that until marriage. He's the only brother that I know. Well, there's other guys that have said that online that were brothers. Do I believe them? I don't know. I do believe in what Chris said, because Chris, I've known him for many years. And we've had a lot of talks about God, and we had a lot of talks about life. And I was telling him how my parents are one time, and how they had me. He said, well, they're not supposed to be having you unless they're married. I said they were married. And I'm kind of looking at him like, hello? Should they have gotten married? Hell no. But that's another chapter of another book. A man wants to earn what he wants. He's going to ask you for it and push you to see where your head's at. And he's going to test you to see if you're fast. So if you fall for that, you're going to give it to him, and you're going to give it to him without hesitation. Of course he's going to ask you for it, because he's testing the waters. Why do you think a man doesn't want you to kill a deer and drop it in his truck? I killed it for you, baby, so you don't have to go out in the woods and freeze your butt off. He wants to do that. He wants to put the effort in. You know why? Because when he goes out there at 2 o'clock in the morning and he's trudging in the cold, freezing his ass off in a deer stand, he wants to go through that. So when he gets the buck, he has worked his ass off for it, and it gives him more pride. He don't want you to kill it for him. Surprise of all surprises. He doesn't want you to kill it for him. They want to earn it. When they want to be partner on the job, they're going to work double the cases. They're going to work overtime. They're going to bust their butt to prove to their boss, hey, I deserve to be partner. Not come out and say that, but say it through your effort. And then when he wins partner, he's extremely proud of himself. He doesn't want the boss to give it to him because you're such a nice guy. You make coffee every morning, and you're the most handsome man in the office. You're sexy, and you just look like you stepped out of a romance novel. So based on that alone, you're going to be partner. He don't respect that. Come on, people, use your brain. A man don't respect that. He wants the effort because it makes him feel proud as a man. That's what a real man is. Not because my dick controls me, but because I worked for it and I put the effort out. When a guy says hi and you give it to him, there was no effort. If you're fast, just claim it. Just own that. But don't justify it by saying they have to have it. No. You have to have it. There are some men that waited till they got married. And there's someone online, couples that waited till they got married. One of them is religious and she's chocolate and her husband's chocolate and he waited. They waited until they actually, got married, and on their wedding night, they consummated their relationship. He didn't ditch her because she didn't give it up. He had a lot of opportunity to know who she is before they took their clothes off, and they agreed to do it when they got married. So there goes that bullshit right out the window. A man is a man and he has to have it. A man has needs. You have to understand that. No, you have to understand that you trying to justify being loose. If you want to be loose, be loose. Be promiscuous. Own it. Own it. I had a so-called friend who was loose, and she got to the point where she ditched me over men. Guess what, babe? I don't compete. I'm not going to compete with your parents, your job, your boyfriend, your husband, or your dicksters. I'm not competing. Either we're going to be close or we're not going to be close. Because my friend, who is no longer with us, she was married and had 3 kids, and she still made time for me because we were all in the circle of love, not on an itemized list of who's on the top and who's on the bottom. I've talked about that before. Put people in a circle, not in a list. All my dicksters are at the top of the list, and you, my so-called friend, you're going at the bottom of the list because you're not laying me, so you're going at the bottom. No, baby, I fire myself. I fire myself. You don't got to fire me. I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm out. So stick to your standards. Don't just, like I said, don't use that silly ass excuse, men are men, they have to have it. Bullshit. How do you explain men that waited until they got married and they were not unfaithful, especially the ones that are godly? They believe in God. They treasure their beliefs. There was even a couple, he was really godly. I think his father is a pastor. On The Bachelor, most of those couples don't last. This couple not only lasted, but and made it work on a TV show, which is kind of, you would never think that would work. They waited till they got married. He's a man. He didn't die. He didn't spread his seed because she wouldn't give it up. I gotta have it. You sound like a rapist. You sound like somebody who would roofie a drink. You got to understand, if she don't want to give it to me, I'm going to take it. I'm going to roofie her drink. You sound like a predator. If you have that mentality, you're a damn predator. I have to have it. I'm a man. Hear me roar. Roar, bang, bang, bang on the chest like a gorilla. Get the fuck out of here. You don't have self-control. That's the real problem. That's the real problem. No driver's license for you because you're going to shoot through the red light because that's what men do. Men are aggressive. Since we're going to put men in a category, men are aggressive. It's their nature to be aggressive. He's going to shoot through that red light because I'm not going to sit here and wait. I don't have to wait. Men go for what they want. I'm going to shoot through the red light. I'm going to drink as much alcohol as I want to. And if I kill somebody, oh well, men like alcohol. What can I tell you? The judge is going to laugh you out of his courtroom and you're never getting out of prison. So go ahead and kill somebody because you were drunk as hell. Let me know how that works for you, Tootsie. And the only tail you'll be getting in there, you're not going to want. Okay? That's another thing. Men who are in prison, they're not getting women. Most facilities do not have conjugal visits. And they only have them if you're married, I think. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I think. I don't know. But what you going to do? Every single man in there is going to turn gay because he's locked up? I don't think so. That sounds stupid. Every man in the Navy is going to turn gay. Every man in prison is going to turn gay. All the monks are going to be gay because they took a vow of celibacy. All the nuns are going to be gay. Okay? Or they're going to sneak around when they're not at the convent and they're going to be doing their thing. No, come on now. That's bullshit. People have a lot more control than you give them credit for. And if that person doesn't have control and they don't respect your boundaries, peace out. It's been real. own it. If you want to bounce around and hop on the cock carousel, then you own that. Do not justify it by saying men have needs and I have to give it to them or else they're not going to survive. I don't want to hear that lame, silly ass bullshit, because I know men who have waited. They waited because they knew she was worth the wait. You can get poon from any damn body. Is it quality poon? Not necessarily. It's just loose poon. Easy poon. Come on now. Have respect for yourself and follow your own boundaries. Don't follow societal bullshit. Most people in society are dumb. So you got people that are not too bright following the dummies, and the dummies are teaching the people that are not so bright, and then everybody's super dumb. Come on now. Have your own rules, your own regulations, and do what you want to do. Somebody got a problem with that? Baby, there's the door. It was nice talking to you. We had great conversation. But go on now, because I'm not going to be giving it up like that. I'm not that kind of person. Some women are not like that. Some women have been celibate for years. Did they die? No. No, they got hormones just like a man does. Okay? It's all about self-control. All about self-control. And I don't want to hear lame bullshit. Men just cannot control themselves. Like I said, no alcohol for you and no driver's license for you, because you're going to misuse both of those and somebody could lose their life because men just can't control themselves. Bullshit. Bullshit. If you want to be promiscuous, be promiscuous. Blame it on yourself. Hey, I'm a hoe. I like dick. I love dick. And I'm just saying, I'm not like that. I've been celibate for a long time and I will continue to be celibate. Whoever doesn't like it, there's the door. Bye-bye, 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 bye-bye. Bye-bye. Adios. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Just own it. If you like to sleep around, own it. Don't. I have to do this for men because they won't make it. They won't survive unless I lay them. You and every damn body else. Do you really think every man in the Navy is gay? I gotta have sex. They're on the ship for how long at a time? Periods of time? Extended periods of time? And they have to have sex, my God. Stop lying. That's not true. That's not true. Now, are there some gay activities on there? Probably. I'm almost sure of it. Is every man gay because he's going to croak if he don't get laid? Nah. So that dispels that myth right out the window. Don't fall for societal rules. It's bullshit. If you're loose, admit that you're loose. He didn't press me for sex. I pressed him. Tell the truth. Stop lying. Stop lying. Men have to have it. It's our responsibility to give it up. No, it's your responsibility. You feel it's your responsibility to give it up. There's a difference. I've had friends who were not narcissistic. She was just a bitch, but one of them, it was extremely promiscuous. She'll sleep with everybody. She was trying to screw her way to a husband. She found a guy who, oh my God, he was a virgin. Because she is promiscuous, she encouraged him to give up some sex before they were married, which pissed me off. I didn't like him, don't get me wrong. He's a control freak, but that pissed me off about her because she didn't respect his boundaries. She enticed him to have sex when he wasn't ready. He wanted to wait until they got married. So that made me mad with her because she manipulated him into what she wanted, not what he wanted. People are something else, boy. There's something else. And when you get hurt or killed, all that sex is not going to save your life. In fact, when a woman goes missing and it looks like foul play, the cops look at your partner first. That sex is not going to make him love you. It's not going to make him not manipulate you. It's not going to keep him faithful. If he felt like he had to have you, when he's already had you, he'll sleep with other people too. Because, hey, I have to have it and I'm bored with you. So I might as well go over there and tap your best friend because she's cute anyway. I mean, look at the ass on her. Damn. You know what I'm saying? All that sex isn't going to save your life. In fact, the person that's the closest to you is who the cops look at first when something goes wrong with you, when you go missing or your remains are found. They look at your partner first. Yeah, think about that. Your vagina is not going to bond him closer to you. It will make him kill you. Okay, please. Especially if they're a narcissist or otherwise disordered in the head, and they feel the need to be with other people, and then the mistress is like, you need to lose the wife, you need to get a divorce, come on now. And then next thing you know, he kills her. That happens a lot. Kills the wife because a divorce is going to cost me too much money. Well, you're not going to get no money now. You're not going to get no insurance money now because you're going to jail. And you're not going to have your mistress. You're going to have other lovers, but you're not going to like them. Did I go there? Yes, I did. Love you guys. Take care. Bye.